Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lovington Wildcat Basketball from Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Devon Energy, and Now Pharmacy. Alongside Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle, and welcome to the home opener for the Cats as they come in at 4-1 on the season. Had a very successful tamale shootout over in Denver City before running into a bit of a buzzsaw against 5A Clovis on Monday night. Really, Lovington, you know, when you look at things, you know, we mentioned the tamale shootout. They beat Kermit 64-47. Then they had a non-varsity Texas team, a couple of those that they beat 67-56, 63-45. And then they handled Denver City 64-53 and claimed the championship at the Denver City tournament. Always a very tough tournament over there. Of course, Clovis getting the best of them 64-26. So maybe I think that's probably more an indication of Clovis being Clovis than Lovington having any other problems there. But they come in against a Santa Teresa team that's been a little up and down this season. They are 2-4 overall on the year under longtime head coach Weldon Richardson. And if that name sounds familiar, it should. He is the grandson, of course, of the legendary Nolan Richardson, who, of course, is the only man in NCAA history to own the basketball triple crown with an NIT, an NCAA championship, and an NJCAA title. So Weldon Richardson he coaches a lot like his granddad, very defensive-oriented. Nolan Richardson pioneered what they call 40 minutes of hell. That's the title of his book, actually, which means run and gun and press and do that the whole game. And that's really kind of what Santa Teresa is going to want to do as well. And
that'll be interesting. That's kind of the style. Lovington certainly. I think that they've performed very well as a team when they have just been cut loose and let loose. Over the last few seasons, we've watched them, and I tell you what, they have been conditioned teams. They've been well coached, and they have been a run and gun team. So this could be a really fast-moving game. Now, Coach Pack is not above slowing things down if he sees that another team is trying to run the legs off of his, and he wants to do a strategic slowdown. He certainly can, but I really feel like the teams in the past, Lovington has really they really tend to shine a lot more, do a lot more when they keep the ball moving, when they keep it moving. They kind of get in trouble sometimes, get bogged down when they are holding on, when they're playing a slower pace and trying to hold on to the ball.
Well, they do, and Lovington has got a completely full roster here tonight. Starters will be number 3, Julian Arroyo, number 5, Zadrick Bedencourt, number 23 on Dallas Cardenas, number 24, Cale Covington, and number 32, Ezekiel Guzman. So that'll be the starting five. Five fairly, familiar names for Lovington basketball fans. Cardenas and Covington. I believe Covington is a transfer, but Cardenas didn't play basketball last year. Of course, stand out on the football team, but getting the start here. But Bedencourt and Arroyo both seeing significant time last year, as did Ezekiel Guzman. Coming off the bench, some other names of note, from the basketball season last year. Valentin Herrera saw significant time. Anson Marquez, Adam Sanchez, they'll be both be coming off the bench, seeing significant time. DeMarcus Thompson also back completely healthy, and we expect him to see quite a bit of time as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a good night. This is one of only, the Lovington boys, is this their first home game
this
of this?
Is.
I thought it was, but before saying that, I wanted to check and make sure there wasn't one earlier that I'd missed. But so this is really the first chance for Lovington fans who haven't traveled with the team to really get a good look at them. And, it's not a huge crowd, but a wintry Friday night here, you do expect some folks. It looks like a few have traveled with Santa Teresa, but we've got some appreciative fans on both sides of the floor for Lovington tonight.
Well, we were going to say we certainly do, and if you didn't want to get out and about in this, we appreciate you tuning in with us on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Of course, do subscribe to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, somebody gets $100 of my money. We're getting closer and closer to that, so somebody win my money, please. And, of course, also watching for free on HobbsAmerica.com. as the teams coming out onto the court preparing for their introductions and the playing of the national anthem. We'll go ahead and take a timeout and come back with the starting lineups and the tip-off. This is Wildcat Basketball, and this has been the Stone Oilfield Services pregame show.
Worthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build Champion Cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
At Devon, they're proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of our communities. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats! And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com with Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us on this Friday night as the Santa Teresa Desert Warriors in town for the home opener with our Lovington Wildcats. Santa Teresa is in the road blacks with the, what color would you call that? It's a green turquoisey thing.
It's a teal. I think
teal.
it's a teal,
Teal's
a greenish blue, and I almost not, it's not bright enough for turquoise. I call it teal.
Teal. We'll go with teal. So black and teal. For Lovington, they're in the home whites with the blue letters and numbers. Starting five for the visiting Desert Warriors, who come in at 2-4 on the early part of the season, will be number 1, Eric Saldana, thank you. I couldn't read my own handwriting there. Number 1, Eric Saldana. Number 12, Daryl Frost. Number 21, Angel Galindo. Number 23, Sergio Ricardo. And number 24, Angel Gutierrez. Only 4 guys on the bench for Santa Teresa. They include Mark Spielman, Josiah Garcia, Jack Baumgartner, and Miguel Cano. For your Lovington Wildcats, starting 5 tonight will be number 3, Julian Arroyo. Number 5, Zadrick Bedencourt. Number 23 on Dallas Cardenas. Number 24, Cale Covington. And number 32, Zeke Guzman. Off the bench tonight will be number 1, Diego Garcia. Number 2, Hector Bonilla. Number 4, Wyatt Gomez. Number 10, Ishmael Martinez. Number 11, DeMarcus Thompson. Number 12, Micah Pondo. Number 20, Adam Sanchez. Number 22, Anson Marquez. Number 30, Oscar Galindo. And number 33, Valentin Herrera. So that is your Lovington Wildcats, of course, under head coach Casey Pack. I believe this is his 3rd season as the boys' coach, was the girls' coach for 3 seasons before that. Santa Teresa under the direction of cage boss Weldon Richardson. Lovington on the early part of the season in the first power rankings for Max Preps that came out. They are right now ranked number 6 in Class 4A to number 19 for the Santa Teresa Desert Warriors. So I'm thinking probably going to start out doing a little running and gunning tonight, Dawn. That's what Casey Pack likes to do.
Yeah, I think so, definitely. We'll we may have a very, very fast-moving game. Of course, starting a little earlier because of the travel distance. That's a pretty good road trip from Santa Teresa.
It is not an easy way to get there.
We've made that several times. Anthony, Santa Teresa, Chaparral, all right there kind of together. In fact, the district for Santa Teresa is Deming, Silver, and Chaparral, and then Santa Teresa. It's that four-person.
That's that 14
and that's
district.
for basketball. Of course, Silver not in that district for football. They were in our district for football.
Well,
or Lovington's
last
district.
year.
Right, last year.
They moved Silver into the Albuquerque district because,
exactly.
we don't own a map.
Well, they
in
move
this
things
state,
around, yeah.
So Daryl Froese will go to take the jump. He'll take the jump against Covington, and we are ready to go. The home opener here tonight. So Covington at the Big Cat. He'll take the jump, and Santa Teresa will get the opening tip. A little bit of a bobble in the backcourt, going to be picked up by Ricardo, who takes it into the front court. Tossing it over to the left side to Galindo, and he drives in but loses it off of his foot. That'll be a turnover for the Desert Warriors. So now Lovington's with a chance to do something here. Covington will inbound it, and he tosses it in to Arroyo. Arroyo will bring it across the timeline on the far side. Work it over to Zadrick Betancourt. Almost didn't recognize Zadrick with the different haircut, and that one's going to be swatted away. Covington hustle play back, gets it in the backcourt, brings it into the front court, tosses into the corner. Arroyo for three. Bang! Just like that. Julian Arroyo drains the tray. Full court pressure on for the Wildcats. They lead 3-0. Trying to get the trap going, and that one will be thrown away. And the good pressure in the backcourt forces Santa Teresa and Froese into having to throw it away. Good pressure from Arroyo and also Betancourt in the defensive zone. So Lovington basketball. Is that one going to be tipped away? Arroyo will pick it up in the backcourt as getting a hand on it was Saldana. Arroyo with it, tosses to Covington, top of the arc to Betancourt, left corner for three, and bang!
Woo, hot shooting so far.
Zadrick Betancourt drains the tray from the left corner, and Lovington takes the early 6-0 lead. Full court pressure on as Froese picks up the dribble, and will toss it over to Gutierrez. He'll bring it across the timeline. Lovington going to stay in a tight man look. Moving around Gutierrez, he pulls up, and the 18-footer no good, and the rebound made by Covington.
Nice rebound, too. Really, that ball could have rolled back over and dropped in.
Covington to Arroyo, drives into the right elbow, back out to Covington. A little head fake, takes it to the left block. 15-footer, and that one is off the mark, no good, and the rebound made by Saldana. Santa Teresa will bring it back down the floor, 6.5 to go, first quarter. Lovington leading 6-0. Saldana, a little bounce pass, going to be knocked away by Betancourt. And into the end of the Lovington bench, it'll stay Santa Teresa basketball in the deep right corner. It'll be Gutierrez to inbound it from just to the right of the Lovington bench. Gutierrez will get it to Saldana. Back out between the rings. Saldana takes it to the right base, leaves it for Gutierrez, bobbles it a moment, takes it to the right elbow, leaves it off for Saldana, deep right corner. Lovington tries to trap him up and just getting off of his feet. That's always a recipe for disaster as Cardenas will bump him. That'll be his first personal, and it will be the first team foul on Lovington. It's basketball. Checking in will be Micah Pondo. He comes in for Cardenas, who heads to the bench. Gutierrez to inbound it. Looks for somebody to get free, and he'll find Saldana in the backcourt. Pondo picks him up as he crosses the timeline, gets a screen from Gutierrez, and they're going to call the illegal screen. And so the offensive foul on Gutierrez, his first personal, first team foul, and that's the third turnover for the Desert Warriors. 2 minutes gone here in the first. Lovington with the 6-0 lead. Arroyo runs the point into the front court, gets the screen, drives the lane, goes right side, off the glass and good. Julian Arroyo with 5 points in the ball game, and Lovington on an early 8-0 run. And we're going to have a timeout called by Coach Weldon Richardson.
Just a 30.
Just a 30, so we'll keep it right here with 5:48 to go in the first quarter. 8-0 in favor of Lovington. Wildcat basketball brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob Thriftway, and Eunice Pump and Supply, among others. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for watching tonight on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Remember, once we get to 1,000 subscribers, somebody gets $100 of my money. And, of course, also, too, on the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. So out of the timeout, Coach Richardson going to try and make some adjustments. So far, Lovington just overwhelming the visiting Warriors. Gutierrez looks to inbound it from his own baseline,
Oh.
and he'll throw one in. Pondo gets a hand on it, and that'll be picked off. 4th turnover as the Cats will control it in the offensive zone. Arroyo, no look pass to Betancourt on the far sideline. Bounce pass, no look, trying to get to Thompson, who just checked into the game, but he'll throw it away, and it will go out. First turnover for Lovington, as they got just a little bit out of themselves that time, kind of playing with maybe a little bit too much intensity.
Yeah, or just a little too much.
A little too much adrenaline,
maybe.
So it'll be in the hands of Santa Teresa, and they've got a couple of guys colliding over on the far sideline, and that'll be the 5th turnover for the Warriors. Back to Lovington as Covington will inbound it to Arroyo. Arroyo will glide it into the front court to Betancourt. He takes it to the right base and almost loses it to Arroyo. Work it around. Pondo top of the arc for 3, and that one is going to be in and out. And the rebound is brought down by Ricardo.
In warm-ups, I saw him sink 3 of those from almost the same position.
Pressure is on. They try and trap up Gutierrez. He'll push one into the backcourt. Ricardo gets to it, but he'll lose it, and we're going to have a foul away from the basketball. And nope, actually it'll be a timeout taken again by Coach Richardson. They were coming up on the 10 count. Let's see if it'll be a full or a 30. And it will be a full, so we'll take it with them. 4:58 to go in the first period. Lovington 8, Santa Teresa nothing. This is Wildcat basketball.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Out of the Santa Teresa timeout, they get it in. Gutierrez takes it to the corner, leaves it off for Saldana. NBA 3 on the way, no good, but they have a foul, and a bad foul on Pondo as he ran into Saldana after the shot. So we'll see if they're going to put him on the line. Nope, they're going to say that it was on the floor. It was after the shot. It'll be a push foul called on Micah Pondo, his first personal, second team foul.
And it was not a basket. It was not going to be good anyway. So, yeah.
Fortunately, not a shooting foul.
Right.
Well, Pondo checks out as Cardenas will check back in. Santa Teresa sending in some reinforcements as Garcia will check in. He'll toss it to Saldana on the inbound. Cardenas on him. A screen is set up by Spielman, who just checks in. Back to Saldana, left wing for 3. That one off the mark, and a foul going to be called away from the basketball, yeah.
Underneath the basket, really, but.
And it'll be a push called on, they're saying on Betancourt, so his first personal, third team foul. It'll stay Santa Teresa basketball. In to Saldana, his 3 ball on the way. The rebound is made underneath, and then another rebound brought down. Spielman gets that one, and it'll go out of bounds, and last touch by Lovington as Covington clapping the hands.
Sure.
He and Spielman battling under there.
Poked it from behind and blocked that shot. So
now Garcia to inbound it. 8-0, Lovington in the lead, but sustained pressure now from Santa Teresa. Gutierrez cycles it between the rings. Arroyo picks him up. Goes to the left elbow, tosses out to Garcia. Now back to Spielman. Working it to Saldana to the right elbow. 15-footer is good. Saldana, first points of the ball game for Santa Teresa. Lovington leading 8-2. Halfway mark of the first period. Arroyo to the front court, gets a screen from Thompson. Arroyo uses up the dribble, tosses to Covington. They work it around to Betancourt. He works against Gutierrez. Picking him up, though, quickly is Galindo. Back to Cardenas to Arroyo for 3. That one is off the mark. Fight for the rebound, and coming away with it is Cardenas, his first. Back to Arroyo, tosses to Thompson underneath. Too hot to handle, and out of his reach and out of bounds, and over to Santa Teresa.
Just not quite ready for that bounce pass.
3:41 remaining here in the first quarter. Lovington up 8-2. And a little bit of pressure in the backcourt. Spielman to Gutierrez. Brings it into the offensive zone. Tosses over to Saldana. Now top of the arc, Garcia. 3-ball on the way, and that one is good.
Santa Teresa catching up now.
Now they're on a 5-0 run.
Lovington has gone kind of quiet offensively.
Cardenas tossing it around, checking into the ball game. Is back in is Zeke Guzman. Tries to set a screen for Betancourt. Now to Arroyo. 3-ball left wing. That one is off the mark. And the rebound is going to be come away with by Saldana, his second. Saldana takes it himself, then pulls up, waits for reinforcements. Lovington got back quickly. Now he starts a run and takes it in to the left side and glides in. He's got 4 points, and it's a 1-point ball game. Lovington's offense has gone to sleep, and it'll be a turnover as picking the pocket. Coming back is Garcia. Behind the back, no-look pass, and that one off the mark, no good. And the rebound, point-blank shot missed by Ricardo, his third rebound, but it'll go out of bounds on the putback. And Santa Teresa all of a sudden playing with a lot more fire, Dawn.
Yes, and that's twice that Lovington has let them get 3 looks at the basket. So you give a team that many looks, they're going to sink at least one of them. They're going to start making those points and come back, which is exactly what they've done.
8-7, Garcia will inbound it. Gets it to Ricardo. Ricardo to Gutierrez. As Bonilla checks into the ballgame, picks him up on defense. Gutierrez goes through the lane and into the midst of 4 Wildcats. I think if they just hold off a little bit, he travels, but instead it'll be another foul, and it'll be a hold on Bonilla, his first personal, 4th team foul on the Wildcats. So Santa Teresa inching ever closer to the bonus, and we still got 2.5 to go here in the first period. To Spielman, he works against Covington, takes it to the baseline, bad pass picked off by Cardenas.
Nice steal.
Maybe this will be what Lovington needs to
Spark.
Reignite. Covington to the front court, works against Spielman, uses up the dribble, and he's going to be bumped from behind by Garcia, who argues his case underneath. But, yeah, you bumped him, kid. First personal on Garcia, 2nd team foul, Santa Teresa.
Desert Warriors used those 2 timeouts to make adjustments, and they have started playing more aggressively, forcing Lovington to play more defense.
Inbound to Bonilla, who gets his pocket picked by Saldana. He picks it up, and he'll come back the other way. Slings it out to Ricardo, now to Gutierrez in the left corner. He cycles it back out as Cardenas will come out and pick him up. Gutierrez a little stop and go into the corner. They work it around. Saldana to the free throw line. Fadeaway jumper from 15. That one won't fall, and Covington will come away with the rebound, and a whistle sounds, and we're going to have a hold foul on Santa Teresa. The hold going to be whistled on Garcia, his 2nd personal, 3rd team foul on the Warriors.
It's a floor foul, though, so Lovington will inbound from in front of the student section.
1:49 remaining here in the first as the inbound comes to Bonilla. He'll sling it to Covington. Working in front, and Covington steps on the sideline, and that'll be the 5th turnover for Lovington. 1:43 to go as Betancourt prepares to check back in. Also coming back in, Micah Pondo coming in for Cardenas and Covington.
Coach Pack getting some fresh legs, working them in here. This pretty fairly fast-paced game as we expected.
Checking out for Santa Teresa is Ricardo. Checking in is Baumgartner. So the inbound will come to Saldana. Saldana brings it up right on the big cat. 90 seconds remaining in the first. Saldana no-look pass. Gutierrez left corner for 3, and that one is going to be off the mark. Rebound going to be made by Garcia. They get it out into the right corner. Saldana, they left him alone, and he was on the line, so it's 2, but it's now a 9-8 Santa Teresa lead as Lovington hasn't scored in nearly 6 minutes. As Betancourt will drive in on the right baseline, and he'll be fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
And Santa Teresa takes the lead for the first time in this game, 9-8. And Lovington, again, kind of needing to reignite, restart.
Yeah, they have gone absolutely stone cold on the offensive side.
Well, they have missed a couple of rebounds that Santa Teresa has turned into scores as well.
Betancourt clanks the first one, no good. So Santa Teresa now leading 9-8 with 1:16 remaining here in the first quarter.
And, of course, all this is fixable and doable. Lovington came out on fire.
Second one is up and rattles around and falls through. We're tied at 9. As Guzman checks out, Thompson checks back in. The inbound to Spielman. Full court pressure is on. Pondo will pick up Gutierrez, loses the basketball, but they are going to whistle Gomez as he reached in and poked the ball, but they're going to say he got armed too. Yep, it is going to be on Wyatt. That'll be his first personal, 5th team foul on Lovington. 9-all with 1:10 to go in the first. Gutierrez looks to get it in under pressure, bounces it to Spielman in the right corner, tosses back and almost stealing it away is Betancourt, but it leaves a wide open Saldana back the other way. He's got 8 points of the 11 in the books for Santa Teresa. They lead 11-9. Betancourt off of a screen, gives it to Wyatt. Gomez to Bonilla. Drives it in on the right lane, a little running floater. That one no good, and the rebound by Gomez, and they'll call a jump ball. Lovington will keep possession.
It looked like Santa Teresa maybe looked at the ball for half a second, didn't really touch it, but enough to tie it up, I guess.
As Galindo waits to check in, yep, he'll come in for Gutierrez, who I think caught one in the ribs. So now Gomez will inbound it from underneath his own bucket. Under a minute to play. Lovington trails by 2. The bounce into Betancourt. He'll put up a wild shot. Not going to fall on the rebound by Garcia, his second. Lovington getting out-rebounded all over the place in this first quarter. Garcia to the front court, working against Betancourt. Tosses into the middle somehow. Coming away with it. Nope, and getting it and winding up with it is Lovington. As stealing it away will be Pondo on the 7th turnover, and he'll be fouled. And they're going to call that hold foul on number 21. That is Galindo.
There's 35 seconds left in this first quarter.
Lovington trails by 2, 11-9. Gomez gets it in to Bonilla. Brings it to the front court to Betancourt on the right sideline. Back out to Thompson to Betancourt. Betancourt uses up the dribble, give and go to Gomez, who loses the handle, but he's blocked first by Spielman. Spielman's second personal, 6-team foul. Each team with 6 fouls in this first quarter. It is on the floor, but both teams going to be in the bonus on the next one. So Gomez to inbound it with 20 seconds to go, and Lovington trailing by 2 as the little give and go on the end of Betancourt. Gets a little room and finds a little room and gets some room and gets 6 points. And steal away on the inbound. Lovington going to work it around to Bonilla, left wing for 3, and that one is going to be off the mark, and it'll go out of bounds and over to Santa Teresa.
Good thought, just didn't quite have time enough to aim that and get that in and sink that.
All tied at 11, 4:34 remaining here in the first, as the referee telling Wyatt Gomez he's got to give him a little bit of room. He'll get it to Garcia. He'll push it back up, and with at the buzzer, did he get it off? Nope, he did not, and he missed it anyway. So we've played one here at Wildcat Gym. Lovington 11, Santa Teresa 11. Back in a minute for the second quarter. This is Wildcat basketball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Nowell Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Nowell Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Nowell Pharmacy, located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Nowell Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Santa Teresa basketball as we start the second quarter of action, all tied up at 11 with Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle as the full court press is on again as they do the trap press on the far side as Bumgardner loses the basketball but last touched by the Wildcats. So now Garcia will inbound it. He gets it into Saldana, who has led the way in an NBA 3 from the top of the arc. That one is off the mark. Betancourt with the rebound. That'll be his first. Zadrick feeds it forward to Covington, who will put it up over the front of the rim and down.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful play. It started on that fast break, that long pass down, and then good aim in that layup.
13-11, Lovington takes the lead. 30 seconds gone here in the second. Tossing it into the middle, stolen away by Arroyo. He feeds it down and too hard and out of the reach of Betancourt. And the teams trade turnovers, trying to get the fast breaks going both ways. Pondo, Guzman, Arroyo, Covington, and Betancourt on the floor for your Lovington Wildcats. Gutierrez checks back in. Gutierrez, Garcia, Ricardo, Bumgardner on the floor for Santa Teresa to Saldana. He leaves it off into the deep right corner. 3 ball on the way. That one is off the mark, and the rebound by Betancourt, his second. Zadrick takes it up against pressure from Garcia, gives it to Arroyo. Hippity up to the right, blocking up and in off the glass. Arroyo now with 7 points. 15-11, Lovington on a 4-0 run to start this quarter. Of course, they started off on an 8-0 run, and we wound up tied. The bounce pass underneath, and they'll get it back to Spielman on the give and go, and it is up and in. Spielman.
They executed that very well.
Lost him coming through the paint. Betancourt on a fast break, and Zadrick up and in.
Beautiful.
8 points now for Betancourt, 17-13. Wildcats leading by 4. 6.5 remaining first half. Saldana to Spielman, a little spin move, takes it to the right base, leans it in, and a block foul going to be called on Guzman. Zeke's first personal, 6-team foul on Lovington. So both teams will be in the bonus on the next foul. They aren't going to say Spielman was in the act of shooting, so he'll head to the line for 2. So Spielman with 2 points.
Both these teams are kind of like racehorses, thoroughbreds that you just can't wait to just get the reins off and just have their heads and run and really run.
Spielman misses the first. Checking into the ball game will be Anson Marquez on Dallas Cardenas coming back in too. Thompson and Betancourt head to the bench. Spielman at the line, missing the first. Waiting on the second, puts it up, and that one is going to be off the mark, and Covington with the rebound, his third. Covington pushes it forward to Cardenas. Dallas back to Covington, top of the arc. Covington uses up the dribble in the left elbow, gets it back to Dallas. They'll work it around to Arroyo. Gets a screen, now drives it in, and uncontested through the lane and up and in.
Beautiful move.
Arroyo with 9, 19-13 for Lovington. 6 minutes remaining in the half. Gutierrez pop a shot, and it is good from the top of the arc. Gutierrez hits the tray ball. 19-16. Arroyo back in, work it around to Cardenas. Cardenas shuffle to Zeke, work it around. Arroyo thinks about an NBA 3, thinks better of it, and they work it around. Back to Covington, push off to the block on the left side and up and in for Kale.
Little two-hander over his head. He looked very sure of that going up for it, and he was.
They could have called him for a push-off. He got a little lucky there. Garcia right corner for 3, and that one is off the mark and right into the hands of Zeke. Guzman has his first rebound of the night. Leaves it off for Arroyo, who turns on the Jets, and he drives it in. It's going to be partially blocked out by Saldana. Gets it to Covington from the right wing, and bang!
Well, that's some great teamwork right there. Tell you what, good when your teammate has your back. You get a fumble a little bit, and they get it back to you.
7 for Covington. Spielman goes to the base, and he steps on the baseline. Turns it over. 10th turnover. He was lucky. I thought they were going to get Guzman for a bump. As Guzman will check out, Thompson will check in. Covington checks out. Betancourt comes back in. You got Marquez, Arroyo, Cardenas, Thompson, and Betancourt on the floor for your Wildcats. For Santa Teresa, you've got Garcia, Saldana, Ricardo, Gutierrez, and Spielman on the floor. Betancourt has it in front of the student section, works it around to Anson now. To Arroyo. Arroyo with Garcia on him. Leaves it off for DeMarcus. Thompson pop a shot, and that one is going to be too hard off the back of the iron and into the hands of Garcia. His third board, but Thompson almost steals it back away.
Quick.
Gets a hand on it. Pardon me, that was Cardenas.
Yep. That was a really nice move there. Almost pulled it off, too.
Lovington up by 8 with 4:40 remaining here in this first half of play. Of course, we'll have your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show coming up at the half, and a foul going to be called. A block on Cardenas, who's gone, I don't know what I did to pull that one.
Tell you what, Cardenas is so athletic. In football, after that championship game, I watched him he did about 4 handsprings in a row. He's quite a gymnastic, but he's got some ups.
And that will put the Desert Warriors into the bonus, so Saldana heads to the line for the 1-1. Thompson and Betancourt on the front lines for the Cats. So Saldana, the front end of the 1-1 is up and rattles that one home. He's got 9 points and leads the way for the Warriors. 24-17.
That's a nice lead, but you feel like against the Desert Warriors that could disappear very quickly.
Yes, it could. Second shot is up and good. Saldana with 10. 24-18, 4.5 to go. This is about the point of the first where Lovington went cold. Betancourt, NBA 3 on the way. Nobody under to rebound except for Saldana, who gets his third for Santa Teresa. 24-18, Saldana works against Cardenas, gets a screen from Garcia. Now he's just going to have to back it out between the rings. Drives in against Cardenas, makes a little spin move, slings it into the middle, right into the hands of Betancourt. Zadrick will keep it himself, works against Gutierrez, takes it to the corner and waits for reinforcements. Bad pass, though, and it's stolen back by Saldana. Saldana uses up the dribble, needs some help. Instead, he'll just pull the trigger from the top of the arc, and it's good. Saldana with 13 points gets this back to within a 3-point lead for the Cats, 24-21. Betancourt, right corner, 3 ball on the way. That one is off the mark. And the rebound going to be controlled by Saldana. Saves it to Garcia, and then they'll work it out to Gutierrez.
Lovington needing to work a little bit more on their offensive rebounding.
Yep, and they need to be a little more patient with their shots.
Right.
So Saldana drives through the lane on the right side and around 3 Cats and up and in. He is putting on a show, and now has his team back to within 1, 24-23. Leave it off for Betancourt, gets a screen from Thompson. Works it from the right to the left to Arroyo, left wing for 3. That one is off the mark. Fight for it. Thompson will come away with it.
Really nice rebound.
Gives it to Arroyo, and he's going to get hammered underneath. As they're going to whistle that one on Froese, who just checked back in. His first personal, 7th team foul. So that'll put Julian at the line. The question is, will it be for a 1-1 or the 2?
And she's saying 2.
Yep, they're going to say 2 shots. So they're going to say he was in the act of shooting. So Arroyo's first trip to the line. Puts up the first, and Julian rattles it home. He's got 10 points in the ball game, 25-23.
3 minutes, 3 seconds left in this second quarter.
So a 2-point lead for the Wildcats. Arroyo can make it 3. As Covington waits to check in. Shot up for Julian, gets them both. He's got 11 in the ball game. So Covington will come in, Thompson will come out. And Garcia to inbound for the Desert Warriors. 3-point lead for the Wildcats. Garcia directs traffic, and that one's going to be knocked away and out of bounds. Nope, they're going to call the foul
on
instead
Covington.
On Betancourt.
Oh, Betancourt flying in.
Yeah, Betancourt, his second personal. That's the 8th team foul, and so they should be walking all the way down the floor for the 1-1. Yep, they will. Each team in the bonus. If you're Lovington, you don't want to let Santa Teresa chip away at this from the charity stripe. So Ricardo to the line now, where he'll shoot the 1-1. Going to be a free throw shooting contest for the last 3 minutes of this second period. Front end is up, and that one going to be short-armed and into the hands of Julian Arroyo. Arroyo has his first rebound. Julian to Betancourt, takes it to the right base and loses the basketball, gets his pocket picked by guess who? Saldana. 8th turnover for the Cats. Saldana coast to coast and throws it up, and it's knocked away from behind. Good hustle play by Cardenas.
I've noticed that Lovington sometimes has trouble hanging on to the ball, taking care of it when they get into traffic, when they get a lot of bodies around them.
Garcia gets it stolen away on the inbound, and it's Covington who comes away with it. Lovington leaves it off. Covington tosses to Garcia, who just checked in, uses the dribble, needs some help. Covington comes back. Covington from the right elbow. 15-footer is good. He has a very low-angle shot, but it works for him. 9 points for Covington. 28-23, 2:20 to go. Gutierrez turns on the Jets, splits 2 Cats, gets into the offensive zone, slings it for Saldana, comes near side. Covington will pick him up. Now back out as the Warriors will reset. Gutierrez bumps Cardenas. No call either way. Waits for a little help. Pulls an NBA 3 instead. That one off the mark. Ball loose on the floor, and Covington will come away with it, his 4th.
That's good time for that rebound.
Covington to Garcia, back to Covington, top of the arc, gets bumped by Frost, no call. To Arroyo, into the paint, uses up the dribble, needs some help, just a little turnaround fall away from 5, and or rather 10, and it's good.
He gets the bounce up and in.
He does. 8 points for Julian here in this first half, or rather in this second quarter. Coming back into the ball game for the Cats will be Micah Pondo.
As Lovington has managed to stretch it back out now, 30 to 23.
Adam Sanchez coming in too. First time we've seen Adam this evening. So Desert Warrior basketball after they knocked it out, and that one will be tipped on the inbound, but right into the hands of Saldana. Saldana to Garcia, a little spin move from 7 and up and in. Josiah Garcia with 5 points in the ball game, 30-25. 90 seconds to go. Pando almost travels, manages somehow to save it. And work it around to Garcia. He's picked up by Gutierrez. To Sanchez, now to Arroyo, 1:20 remaining here in the half. Saldana picks him up. Sling it to Covington on the bounce pass. Now hand it off to Pondo. Pondo to Sanchez. Sanchez to Garcia for 3 and bang! Diego Garcia had a look and took it down. Back up to an 8-point Wildcat lead with 60 seconds to go first half. And the ball almost stolen away, and instead they're going to call the push foul on Garcia. His first personal, 19th foul on Lovington, so we'll walk all the way down the court for the free throws for the Desert Warriors. Under a minute to play here in the first half. Of course, you've got your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show coming up here in 60 seconds of clock time. We'll look at the numbers of the first half, talk about the keys to the second half. So Frost at the line, his first trip to the stripe tonight. Bends the knees, thinks about it some more. Now he puts up the front end of the 1-and-1 and gets it off the square on the glass. That's what it's there for. And gets it to go. 33-26, Lovington in the lead. Front line will be Covington and Sanchez. Frost got the front end of the 1-and-1. He'll eye the second. Puts this one up, and he gets the roll over the front of the rim. That's good. He's got his first 2 points of the ball game. 34-26, Lovington up by 8. 33-26, yeah, that's better. 33-27. We'll get it right eventually. I know Coach McCraw's working on it down there. Bonilla slings it around, and a 3-ball on the way from Pondo, and bang!
That was a beautiful shot, the longest we've seen tonight.
Micah Pondo, and a whistle sounds as timeout going to be taken. And it'll be another timeout taken by Santa Teresa.
With just 38 seconds left to play before the half.
It's
That's
a 30,
interesting.
so we'll just keep it right here. Lovington up 36-27, up by 9, their biggest lead of the ball game. So Lovington has been a little hit and miss on the offensive side, but when they hit, they are sure hitting.
They definitely have been. I'll be sure and keep track of misses and makes so we can get an idea of shooting percentage from the floor in that second half.
So it'll be Santa Teresa basketball as we return to action with 38 seconds to go in the first half. A 9-point Lovington lead. Gutierrez pushes it in to Ricardo, who finds some room, gets it into the front court, leaves it off. Saldana left corner for 3, and it's good. You can't leave that kid that open. He will kill you every time.
That's the first time he's shot from that corner, though. Usually it's been the right.
18 points for him in the first half. He has kept Santa Teresa in this one. Sanchez gets his pocket picked, loses it. Night turnover for the Cats. And then he compounds it by fouling Garcia, coming back the other way. So Sanchez, his first personal, 10th team foul on Lovington. And that'll be... Nope, they wave it off and said he knocked it out of bounds first. Nope, now they didn't wave it off. So it'll be 2 shots from the line for Josiah Garcia. He's got 5 points, and it's his first trip to the line. With the green and hot pink shoes. First shot is up, and it is good. He's got 6 points in this first half off the bench. 36-31, Santa Teresa not going away. So Garcia makes the first, puts up the second, and gets them both to fall. So with 14 seconds to go, Lovington up by 4. At one point, we're up by 9. Sling it to Garcia. Works it, picks up the dribble, and then loses the basketball. Is coming back is Gutierrez on the breakaway and up and rattles it home. Angel Gutierrez has 5 points in the ball game, and that will do it for the first half. So after one half of play, it's Lovington 36, Santa Teresa 34. We'll be back for your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. Wildcat basketball continues on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcacnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. The electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build champion cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com with Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle. Of course, this is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington, Napa. Get the Napa Know-How right there at Lovington Auto Supply. So 36-34, Lovington in the lead at the half. Let's look at the numbers in this one for Santa Teresa. It has been the Eric Saldana show. He leads all scorers with 18 points. That is a whole game, and he did that in a half. Really, he's been the difference for Santa Teresa. 7 points for Josiah Garcia, 5 for Angel Gutierrez, and a bucket each for Daryl Froese and for Mark Spielman. In the first half, Santa Teresa goes 6 of 9 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds as a team. Saldana is their leading rebounder. He has 4. Santa Teresa turns the ball over 12 times in the first half. They score 11 points in the first, 23 in the second. That's how they get to their 34. But of note, they did have to use 3 of their 5 timeouts.
Yeah, and they really, as your scoring indicated, they came alive in that second quarter. They started playing much more aggressively. They started enforcing Lovington to play more defense. They started stealing the ball and using the steals and the turnovers to score points. They also managed to do a little bit better rebounding offensively, and they managed to get second and third looks at the basket several times, and that gave them an opportunity to score more and to cut into Lovington's lead and come back and actually lead the game in scoring 2 or 3 times in that first half.
And let's look at the numbers for Lovington in the first half. Leading scorer, Julian Arroyo, he has 13 points to lead the Cats. Cale Covington with 9 points. Then you got 8 points for Zadrick Betancourt, 3 for Micah Pondo, and 3 for Diego Garcia. Lovington goes 3 of 4. Even I can do the math on that one quickly. 75% from the free throw line in the first half as a team. 10 rebounds. Covington leading the way in the rebounding category with 4 of those. 10 turnovers for the Wildcats in that first half. They get 11 in the first, 25 in the second. That's how they get to their 36. But, at the end of the first quarter, I noticed one stat that we didn't bring up, but at the end of the first quarter, Santa Teresa was out-rebounding Lovington 8-4. So Lovington did a little better on the glass in that second half, but still, it's hard to fathom, how you could be in the lead when you're that many rebounds down. But they did a better job in the second quarter.
Saldana had how many threes? How many trays?
Saldana had just 2 trays
just the 2.
In that first half. But
he missed a couple, but he sank a couple of long ones. But Lovington, no slouch in the tray department. They had some as well.
Yeah, 5 in that first half for the Wildcats.
Nice. And they were doing some things very well. I tell you what, they're really in their wheelhouse when they are running and gunning, when they've got control of the ball, when they're passing, moving it, and they're staying out in front of the Desert Warriors. They really were playing their best. They tend to get bogged down a little bit in traffic, and they had a little trouble hanging on to the ball. That's when Santa Teresa would be able to use a little bit of size advantage and get that ball away. Santa Teresa also quick, and Lovington a couple of times kind of went to sleep a little bit, and Lovington certainly made the Desert Warriors pay with some good steals, but Santa Teresa certainly gave them all they could handle in that department as well. So a lot of it is going to come down to that second half, I think, to turnovers and to who can make the most points off of turnovers. So if Lovington keep their speed, they need to try to stay ahead of the Desert Warriors and just really try to dominate the pace. And if they can control the ball and take care of it and do a little bit better on their offensive rebounding, and as you said, sometimes taking a quick shot before they have anybody down there in position to get a rebound in case the shot doesn't fall, and it did not in several instances, and that gave Santa Teresa the ball right back, and they were able to come down in many instances unless it was stolen right back and get on the board with that.
Well, and you have to be careful in the fouling category too. While Lovington really has nobody in foul trouble on Dallas Cardenas and Zadrick Betancourt, the only 2 Cats with 2 fouls, they did pick up a lot of fouls. Now, that's one thing about Lovington. They're very deep. But once you get to 7 and then 10, of course, you send Santa Teresa to the free throw line. Lovington only 4 free throws in that whole first half. Santa Teresa 9 in just the second quarter. Right. So you got to be careful, and you can't let Santa Teresa chip away at a lead or build a lead from the line with the clock not ticking. So with that, we will put a wrap on the Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. We'll be back for the second half. Lovington 36, Santa Teresa 34. This is Wildcat Basketball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
At Devon, they're proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of our communities. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership, skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Remember, once we get to 1,000 subscribers, somebody gets $100 of my money. And also on HobbsAmerica.com. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle getting ready for the start of the third quarter. Lovington 36, Santa Teresa 34.
It has been an exciting ball game. It's fun to watch Lovington. They're good team. These two teams are pretty well matched, so it's been nice to watch the back and forth in the plays. And Lovington looking pretty sharp. I'm impressed with them at this point in the season. I see a lot of growth. And very happy, to watch them play as well as they have. They just need to make sure that they just keep their feet on the gas in this second half.
More consistency.
Yes, a little more consistency all around. But I like how they're a balanced team and they play well. It's really about teamwork, and I like that. Santa Teresa is a little more of a 1 or 2 horse team, and Lovington is, as you said, it's pretty deep. I like the talent, the way they've been developing.
It'll be Wildcat basketball to start this second half of action, as Arroyo will get the inbound, starting 5 on the floor for each team. Betancourt in front of the Wildcat bench. He works against Saldana. To Cardenas, top of the arc. Picks up the dribble, gets it back over to Julian. Julian works against Gutierrez. Now moves it in, goes into the paint, gets it over. Dangerous pass to Cardenas, and he is going to be fouled away from the basketball. And it'll be a push foul that is going to be called.
Number 21, I think, Galindo.
Okay, so Galindo, his second personal, first team foul. It is on the floor. So Covington to inbound it for the Wildcats. And for somebody to get free, and Betancourt will get it, but it's tipped by Saldana. So Dangerous on the inbound. Santa Teresa looks like they're going to pick up the intensity. Cardenas to Covington, now to Betancourt in front of the student section. Back to Zeke, top of the arc. To Julian from the right elbow. A 17-footer is up and good.
Keep him out of the paint, and he decided he'll just pull up and shoot it and bury it.
38-34. Lovington strikes first in the second half. Gutierrez to the front court. Cardenas on him. Covington comes over to help. They flip it to Frost. Loses the basketball as Covington gets back. He's going to need help, surrounded by 3 cats. Somehow pushes it to Gutierrez. To Saldana with a little room, but Arroyo picks him up quickly. Saldana goes to the right base, weaves through traffic, then an underhand pass to Galindo, and he'll put it up off the bottom of the iron, and it'll go out of bounds and last touched by Ricardo. So Lovington basketball.
38-34, just barely underway in this third quarter.
So Arroyo going to run the point, calls out the offensive set, brings it across the timeline where Gutierrez picks him up. Give it to Betancourt, top of the arc, and then a bad pass inside as Betancourt thought Covington was going to go to the baseline. Instead, he came to the high post. The 11th turnover of the ball game for Lovington, their first of the half. 6.5 remaining here in this third period. Lovington up 38-34 to the front court with Ricardo.
Good defensive pressure.
To Saldana. Thinks about the 3-ball, uses up his dribble. Flips it to Gutierrez in front of his own bench. He'll cycle around. Now a bounce inside to Ricardo to the left wing for 3. That one is off the mark. And Arroyo with the rebound, his second. Julian takes it himself and then tries to push it forward, but it's going to be touched by Ricardo and out. So, again, Lovington has got to be careful with the passes. Nobody was there. The only reason this is Lovington's ball is because Santa Teresa got a hand on it. To Arroyo at the free throw line. Fall away jumper from there, in and out. But Covington with the rebound and the putback, but he's fouled. Covington's 5th board of the ball game. He'll head to the line for 2.
That fall away jumper was beautiful, but that ball, it just spun around the rim and out, and that's always frustrating to watch that.
Hold going to be called on Ricardo, his first personal, second team foul on Santa Teresa. Covington at the line, his first trip to the stripe, and that one is too hard off the back of the iron. Score remains 38-34. Covington missed the first. He's got 9 in the books as Thompson waits to check in for Lovington. Second one is up, and he gets it, and Covington now with 10 in the books. So Thompson will come in for Zeke Guzman. Thompson, Covington, Cardenas, Arroyo, and Betancourt on the floor for your Wildcats. As Gutierrez turns on the Jets to the front court. Betancourt right there with him. Almost loses the dribble, pushes it over to Ricardo, who saves it. Covington going to give him a little room as he picks up the dribble. Gets it back to Gutierrez. He cycles through, goes into the paint. Little lean off into Galindo, who brings it in, and he's going to be blocked out by Arroyo and right into the hands of the Wildcats. Into the front court, pushing it to Thompson, saves it to Betancourt, top of the arc. To the free throw line, the fall away Jay, no good, and the rebound going to be brought down by Ricardo, his fourth, and then jump ball called, but it'll stay Santa Teresa basketball.
Still, that was a really nice defensive effort there. Good hustle by Lovington. Closing in on him, giving him nowhere to go.
Gutierrez will inbound it to Ricardo, who bounces back to Gutierrez. Gets a little room as Lovington over pursues. Back to Ricardo, and he'll lay it up and in, and the charge going to be called on Ricardo. His second personal, third team foul, 14th turnover for Santa Teresa, and give it to Lovington. As waiting to check in are Spielman and Garcia, and they're going to go ahead and let them whistle in. Come in for Froese and Galindo.
5-point lead by Lovington now. 5:15 left to play in the third.
39-34 is the score. As Arroyo to the front court to Covington in front of the Lovington bench. Gets a screen from Thompson. They move it to Betancourt and Arroyo. Arroyo cycling traffic through in front of the student section. Brings it back from left to right. Now to Cardenas from the left elbow. And that was more of a, if I move and do anything but shoot it, I travel. And instead he puts it in from 16.
It's a beautiful shot.
And they'll get it forward to a breaking Spielman. He's got 4 points in the ballgame. 41-36 to Thompson. He goes to the left base and misses the point-blank layup, but gets his own rebound. And then he puts it back up and can't handle the rebound that time as it goes into the hand of Garcia. And Cardenas trying to steal it away and knocks it away from Spielman. And it'll go out into the lobby, but no foul on that. Very lucky. It'll stay Santa Teresa basketball in their offensive zone. Gomez comes in, as does Marquez. Betancourt and Thompson going to take a breather. It's Gutierrez to inbound it. Flips it into Garcia between the rings, and whistle sounds. We got a foul away from the basketball. And they're going to call a push on Julian Arroyo, his first personal. Just the first team foul on Lovington. Coach Pack, not a happy man, comes out and asks for an explanation.
And he's given one and fades back to the bench. Be inbounded.
And he's not as red as the numbers on the scoreboard, so I think, he took whatever. To Garcia, he'll fall away from the right side, puts up the shot, no good, and the rebound by Covington.
Nice one.
His sixth. Kale back through, weaves around, pulls up at the free throw line, tosses over to Cardenas, almost loses it. Dallas will corral it, though. No look pass. Right corner, why didn't Arroyo take the shot? He comes to the right block, puts up the push shot, no good, and the rebound by Gomez, but then stolen away by Santa Teresa.
And almost stolen away again by Lovington.
Yes, it was. So now Gutierrez to the front court, tosses to Garcia. Garcia spin move in the left corner, back out to Gutierrez. It's a little screen, and he'll pull up from 17. Shot no good, and Ricardo with his fifth rebound. Now back to Garcia to the right block, toss it to Spielman. Spielman uses up, I thought he used up the dribble, and they're going to be a timeout by Coach Richardson, I think.
Well, okay.
They're going to say Lovington knocked it away. I thought that was a double dribble, but maybe not.
3:31 left to play in the third.
41-36, Lovington in the lead. So an official timeout. I think they're checking on the possession arrow. So Garcia to inbound it from right of his own bucket. He'll toss it into Ricardo, working right corner, and knocked away. Good hustle play there by Pondo, who knocked it off of Ricardo and out. And so Lovington basketball, 15th turnover for the Warriors. 5-point lead for the Cats, 3:25 to go here in the third. Arroyo to the front court. And now timeout taken by Coach Casey Pack. It will be a full timeout. He's not happy about something. 3:20 remaining in the third. Lovington 41, Santa Teresa 36. We're back in 30 here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat basketball. Lovington takes their first time out of the ball game, but they lead this one 41-36. 3 minutes remaining in the third with Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us. Little Friday night basketball from here at Wildcat Gym, the home opener for the Wildcats, as it has been an entertaining one with the team from down south of El Paso. So Lovington basketball, as we get back to it, as a late substitution coming in for Santa Teresa with Bumgardner, as Covington almost loses the basketball, and it will be lost now into the hands of Santa Teresa. It is a mad scramble for the basketball. Santa Teresa will get it back. Lovington's 13th turnover. Spielman directs traffic, tossing near side to Saldana. Covington picks him up, drives into the right lane, puts up the shot, not going to fall, and the rebound by Covington is 7th. So Arroyo back to the front court, slings it under to Gomez, and the left block and up and in. Wyatt Gomez, first points of the ball game. 43-36, 2.5 remaining here in the third. Lovington in the lead. Trying to get the W in the home opener. Almost losing it is Gutierrez. Corrals it somehow and will save it out. Saldana works against Gomez, goes into the middle, loses the basketball, and into the hands of Lovington and Covington. Throw it underneath, and Gomez, this time on the other side, misses the point blank one, but it'll be Covington there with the rebound, and he is hammered. He goes to the line, and Garcia going, what'd I do? Well, I don't think you can do the double overhand chop. It may be perfectly legal in the WWE. It is not in the NMAA. His third personal, fourth team foul, and Covington will head to the line for 2. Covington, 1 of 2 from the stripe, gets the first one to go. 44-36, Lovington up to an 8-point lead. Arroyo checks out. Bonillo will check in. So Covington at the line, made the first. Will eye the second. Puts it up, and that one is going to roll. No good, and over the back on the rebound, and they're going to whistle that one, I've got to think, on Anson Marquez. Or are they going to say a lane violation? No. They never signaled a foul. Or are they saying that it was an out of bounds? Okay, they're going to say it went out, and so it'll be Lovington basketball.
I was waiting to see how this was going to settle out.
I was pretty sure that was an over the back, but okay. As Gomez will underhand it and push it up and in and take it home. Zadrick Betancourt, he's got 10 points in the ball game. Lovington up by 10, their biggest lead of the night. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Near side to Gutierrez. He splits 2 cats and then will leave it off. As a reach foul going to be called on Gomez as he goes in trying to slow down Gutierrez. And for Wyatt, his second personal. That'll be just the second team foul on Lovington. As Cardenas will come in from Gomez. And it'll be Garcia to inbound for Santa Teresa. Under 2 to play. Sling it into Gutierrez in the deep left corner. Takes it to the right block and then falls away from there. Shot up. No good. And the rebound made by Betancourt, his third. Zadrick to Bonilla on the near side. Bonilla to the front court. Hector works against Gutierrez. To Betancourt, work it around to Pondo. NBA 3, left wing on the way. Too hard. And the rebound by Saldana, his 5th. 90 seconds to go in the third. Lovington up by 10. Garcia thinks about the 3, then picks up the dribble. Back out to Gutierrez to Saldana.
Santa Teresa has missed 3 shots in a row. They have not scored for several minutes.
1:21 remaining here in the third. Lovington 46, Santa Teresa 36. Gutierrez with Bonilla on him tight, and it gets popped in the nose.
Right.
But then loses the basketball. And
that,
they are going to call. They're going to call the shot to the face on Bonilla, his second personal, third team foul. Checking in will be Galindo. That was a delayed whistle.
But it was a pretty good pop.
Yeah,
we could hear it.
We could hear it and see it too. So it'll stay Santa Teresa basketball with 1:11 to go here in the third. Garcia to inbound it from just left of the scorer's table. Pondo will pick him up as he directs the traffic, and Pondo going to steal it away on the inbound. Micah takes it and loses it, but touches it last. If he would have just let it go instead of trying to save it, it's Lovington basketball in their offensive end. As it is, the two teams trade turnovers. That's just a hustle play there for Garcia. Full court press is on and stolen away by Betancourt, and he is going to be fouled immediately by Garcia.
Garcia really was just trying to back up and get out of the way of that because it was kind of a surprise that the ball came in and that Betancourt was able to get a handle on it.
His fourth personal, fifth team foul. He's going to have to sit on the bench as they're going to send in leave Kano after this. And the inbound to Pondo and up and in for Micah. He's got 5. And they'll push it in quickly to Spielman. He's got room, takes it into the left lane and gets it knocked away from behind by Cardenas. Good hustle play by Ondalis. As now checking into the ball game will be Kano as he goes in for Spielman. I can't believe they're leaving Garcia out there with 4 fouls. Now Covington will come back in for Marquez. Lovington up by 12, 48-36.
Just 53 seconds left to play in the third.
Garcia looks to inbound. He'll sling it in, and that one is going to be out of bounds. Too hard for Galindo to handle. 19th turnover for Santa Teresa. So give it back to the Cats. Betancourt inbounds it to Bonilla. Bonilla and Garcia going to work on each other into the front court to Pondo, deep right corner. And a little hip check foul going to be called on Kano, his first personal. 6th team foul on the Warriors, Desert Warriors. And that'll be Covington to inbound it from just beside his own bench. 43 seconds remaining here in the third. Lovington has stretched it to a 10-point lead to Pondo. Bounce it inside and right into the hands of Garcia. 15th turnover and then just a frustration foul on Lovington. And the push going to be called on Covington, his first personal, 4th team foul. So both teams a little bit of sloppy play right here at the end of the third.
Santa Teresa's only made 2 points in this quarter.
Yes, they have. So into Galindo, and he'll take it up and lay it in.
Now 4 points in this quarter.
So to Bonilla with 25 seconds to go, a 10-point Lovington lead. To Pondo, has some room, takes it to the right base, then he'll cycle it out. Picks up the dribble, gets it to Covington. He works against Kano, then to the left block. The leaner is up and in, no good. Betancourt with the rebound, but they whistle a foul before, and it'll go the other way.
As I think they're going to call that on Covington. Yes, they are.
Yeah, they still haven't put it up yet. And I think it was on Covington. You're right. So that'll be his second personal. 5th team foul on Lovington. 10 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. A 10-point Lovington lead. Bad pass stolen away by Lovington. And then a foul, a frustration foul on Santa Teresa. Lovington will be in the bonus now.
Nice, quick moves by on Dallas.
And that'll be a push foul called on Jack Bumgardner, his first personal, 7th team foul. And so for the last 8 minutes and 6 seconds of this ball game, Lovington will be in the bonus. So Cardenas to the line for 2, or rather for the 1-and-1. Yeah, it's just a bonus shot, so 1-and-1. So got to make the front end of the 1-and-1 if you can.
First time at the line for Cardenas.
It is, and he gets the first one to fall and makes it 49-38. So Cardenas with the first now, gets the bonus. Puts up the second and gets them both to fall. 4 points for Ondalis.
Very nice.
50-38, Lovington in the lead. And get it in for Santa Teresa with Ricardo. Brings it into the offensive zone as time will expire on the third. We head to the fourth. It's Lovington 50, Santa Teresa 38. Back for the fourth quarter. This is Wildcat Basketball.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Nowell Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Nowell Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Nowell Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Nowell Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Fourth quarter underway as Lovington leads 50-38. She's Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us on this Friday night. Lovington basketball as we start the fourth. Covington to the free throw line, fall away, and it's a little bit short. And into the hands of Garcia, his fifth board of the ball game.
Oh.
And he blocks it away and takes it away. 21st turnover for Santa Teresa. And then they're going to whistle. Is that on Garcia?
Charge. They're going to say the charge.
Wow, they're going to call that on. Wow, yep, they're going to call the charge on Cale Covington, his third personal 16 foul. And that'll be turnover number 16 for the Wildcats.
And the Wildcats shooting and making 7 of 14 attempts from the floor in that third quarter. So 50% shooting.
Going 4 of 5 from the free throw line. And Santa Teresa into the front court as Saldana is Betancourt starting 5 on the floor for your Wildcats. To Ricardo at the free throw line. Now tossing it over to Kano. Kano takes it to the left base, puts up a shot, no good. And the rebound going to be made by Guzman. Zeke's second of the ball game.
Good fight for it.
Gives it to Arroyo. Takes it to the right elbow, then backs it up. He works against Saldana. Lovington up by 12.
It's their biggest lead of the game.
Yes, it is. Work it to Cardenas to the free throw line, then through the paint and put up the circus shot off the right glass.
A little alley-oop.
So the score for Cardenas, he's got 6 in the ball game, 52-38. Lovington up by 14. To Ricardo to the left block, and he'll put it up and in on a nifty little move. His first bucket of the ball game. 6:45 to go. Lovington leads 52-40. To Covington, gets a block from Guzman, or screen I should say, then takes it to the right base and up and in. Cale Covington with 13 points for the Wildcats. Three Cats in double digits. To Garcia, tosses it in, somehow gets it to Ricardo, who bounces it to Saldana, left corner. 3 ball on the way, in and out, and the rebound by Betancourt, and he saves it off the head of Kano.
Oh, just a little too much.
The other way, yep, trying to get a break in Covington and throws it away.
I don't blame him. I couldn't. It was leading my camera too much. I'm not surprised it was leading the player too.
54-40, Lovington up by 14. It's the old 54-40-year fight. Little history lesson there. Look it up, kids. And Lovington will pick the pocket and come back the other way.
Nice steal by Betancourt.
To Betancourt and off the left glass and up and in for Zadrick.
Yeah.
He's got 12 in the ball game.
Kind of nice and sneaky quiet just right by the side, and then made him pay.
Now they're up by 16, and Betancourt almost steals it away from Garcia. And Garcia caught one off the mask that's protecting the nose and the orbitals over there and has to readjust that.
Desert Warriors shot and made only 2 of 8 shots in that third quarter, shooting 25% from the floor.
And a whistle sounds as Garcia going to have to come and adjust the facial wear.
Oh,
as he and Betancourt were fighting, and if there's any blood, they're going to have to take him off, and that done. He is not a happy camper.
Well,
so the Lovington training staff going to come over and
see if they can maybe help. Or
coming into the ball game will be Bumgardner. He'll check back in for the Desert Warriors.
You want to feel like that was incidental contact.
Yeah, I think it was.
And, of course, he's just extremely sensitive because obviously he's got a little injury. He's trying to rehab with that.
Yeah, probably a broken nose,
yep.
and there is nothing more painful than that.
Right.
To Ricardo on the right block and up and in, but he's going to be pushed. He'll head to the line for 2, and that will put Santa Teresa in the bonus. And a push foul going to be called on Covington. Covington had no fouls in the first half, and all of a sudden he's picked up 4 quick ones in the second half. So now Ricardo to the line where he is 0 for 1, but he'll shoot 2 this time. Puts up the first and gets that one to go. He's got 3 points in the ball game. 56-41. And sitting next to somebody who had a little nose, fortunately not broken last weekend, you know it can be a little sensitive. Second one up and good.
All right.
As Wyatt Gomez checks in, and yes, I have broken my nose, and yes, it does hurt.
56-42, 14-point lead by Lovington now. 5:44 left to play in the game, and they've got the ball inbounding and taking it down the court to their end of business.
As Arroyo to the front court to Betancourt to Gomez. Work it around Arroyo. NBA 3, left corner, off the mark. And the rebound going to be made by Wyatt, his third. Puts up a shot and not going to fall. And the rebound that time by Thompson, and they'll get it out. Cardenas, who winds up with his own rebound, and he'll drive in, put up a shot, no good. Betancourt with the rebound and finally gets it to go home.
On the 5th try, that was the 5th look at the basket by Lovington.
So Lovington will go up this time and trying to get it down to Bumgarner, who loses the handle, and it goes behind and off of his back and out. That'll be the 23rd turnover for Santa Teresa. 62-42, Lovington now up by 20. I think Santa Teresa really at this point, they're pretty much out of gas. They're very short bench and a whistle away from the ball.
Yeah, what they had 11 listed, and they didn't even bring the whole 11. What they have,
I think, 9 on the.
I think so. I think it was 9 that they brought.
And so now we've got a question as to penalties and to fouls.
So a little bit of, I think Coach Pack, they're just going to go ahead and take a timeout.
I think so while they try.
Or maybe the officials are taking a timeout, I think.
Yeah, I don't have anybody with 5 fouls. I've got Garcia with 4, and I've got Covington with 4. So I don't know what's going on this one, and the official says it will be an official timeout. So while we've got a moment, we'll say thank you to Now Pharmacy, Devon Energy, Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Man Welding, Stone Oilfield Services, making Lovington Wildcat basketball possible here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe, by the way. Remember, tell your friends and family, and once we hit 1,000 subscribers, somebody gets $100 of my money. It's not coming from the stations. It's not coming from the sponsors. It's coming out of my pocket, so win $100 of my money. Of course, we're also on the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. So Lovington basketball after the official timeout. As into the front court with Arroyo. As Julian works it to the free throw line, then loses the basketball into the hands of Santa Teresa. Break it forward, and Gonzalez Cardenas will steal it back away. Back into the front court. I don't know how much time we've got. The scoreboard shows 30 seconds. So 58-42, Lovington in the lead, 4:30 to go. As one scoreboard's working, the other one is completely out. Julian to the free throw line, underhand it to Gomez, who gets mugged, no call. Cardenas, a little head fake, takes it into the lane. Now kick it to Betancourt, right wing for 3. It is off the mark, and Cardenas with the rebound. Cardenas, his third. Get it to Julian in the left corner for 3, and bang!
Yeah, beautiful.
His second tray of the ball game. He's got 18 to lead the way for the Wildcats. 61-42 to Spielman. In the left block, a little push shot is up, and Betancourt with the rebound, his 6th. Zadrick will keep it himself, push it forward to Julian, who works against Gutierrez. Backs it up, now takes it, hippity hop through the lane, shot no good, but nope, they're going to say they palmed it, and turnover for the Wildcats, 19th turnover for Lovington. 3:52 remaining in the ball game, a 19-point lead for the Cats.
Yeah, Lovington scored 14 points in the third quarter, and they held Santa Teresa to just 4 points, and now have stretched it out further in this fourth.
And again, I think it's Lovington's depth. The little push shot by Saldana off the glass is good. He's got 20 and leads everything. I've got to think, though, with the short bench that Lovington has really just worn down this Santa Teresa team. They came to play, but I think they're just wore out now, and Lovington can have their way to Gomez on the bounce, passing up and in for Wyatt. 4 points for Gomez.
Lovington on a roll. They've made their last 3 attempts.
And a steal on the inbound, and Betancourt is up and in.
Make it 4.
Betancourt was 16, and timeout on the floor taken by Coach Richardson. So with 3:13 to go in the ballgame, Lovington 65, Santa Teresa 44, back in 30 here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional man welding team Support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Basketball with Dawn Morgan alongside. I'm TJ Miracle. Good evening, and thanks for letting us be a part of your evening. Lovington leading 65-44, the home opener for the Wildcats of this 2022-2023 season against the Santa Teresa Desert Warriors. So out of the Desert Warriors timeout, it will be Santa Teresa basketball as Saldana inbounds it to Ricardo, push it to Gutierrez to Spielman, working the near side. Spielman back to Saldana, and he's going to be fouled. The little push foul going to be called on Pondo, his second personal. 8-team foul on Lovington, and it'll put Saldana at the line for the 1-and-1.
Now they're going to say...
Yeah, that should be their 7th-team foul.
Well, let's see if they correct that.
Yeah,
yep, it looks
yeah,
like they're going to.
finally. Yep.
Yeah, she looked up at and realized that was
the 7th-team foul. Yeah, with one of the scoreboards out.
Yeah, it's a little tough. One of them just totally wonky.
So Saldana at the line, puts up the front end of the 1-and-1 and gets it. He's a perfect 3 of 3 from the stripe.
Yep,
he's got 21 points now in the ball game.
He's got that high arcing shot that has been deadly so far. He hasn't had a miss. Nope.
And gets them both. And so Lovington leading now by 19 again, 3:04 to go. They'll get it in, and a bad pass stolen away by Santa Teresa. 20th turnover for the Cats. They're pretty much just playing out the string here. They've got this one under control, but Santa Teresa not going to stop. They'll get it into the corner for Galindo. He works around Pondo, then takes it himself into the right lane and up and in. Angel Galindo's second bucket of the ball game. He's got 4 points. And the fastball into Pondo, then the cross court to Betancourt. Bounce pass underneath to Thompson off the right glass and up and in. DeMarcus's first bucket of the ball game.
And 5 in a row for Lovington.
And they are going to call the over and back on Santa Teresa. That'll be their 26th turnover. Give it to Lovington under their own bucket. Cardenas back in the ball game. Arroyo, Cardenas, Betancourt, Gomez, and Thompson on the floor for your Wildcats. 2.5 to go and a 19-point lead for Lovington as the inbound to Arroyo. Julian works against Saldana and feed it to Gomez, and he'll take it in the lane. Can't get it to fall, but into the hands of Thompson. Then back to Gomez, and they're going to wipe off the foul, or rather the
basket.
The basket.
And call the offensive foul.
Yep, well, that'll be a defensive foul, but he'll go for the 1-and-1 instead of getting the and one. Gomez goes to the line as they whistle that one on Galindo. Run into the 1-and-1, no good, and the ball goes out of bounds and last touched by Lovington. So back to the hands of the Desert Warriors with 2:16 to go. 67-48, Cats in the lead. A little bit of pressure as they'll push it to Ricardo. Goes around Thompson. He'll lay it off the glass. Not going to fall, but the rebound is going to be made. But then the turnover on the other way. Coming through as Lovington is. The shot put up by Arroyo and high off the glass, and Spielman comes away with the rebound. Under 2 to play. Santa Teresa still fighting through it. Is now Gutierrez top of the arc. That one is off the mark and into the hands of Cardenas. That may be the longest rebound you see. Underhand from Gomez to Arroyo. Shot up, but Wyatt is there with the rebound and the putback. Gomez now with 6 points and 5 boards. 69-48, 90 seconds to go. Of course, these are two teams, both 4A teams. You could see them later on. And a push foul going to be called on Lovington. So it will be a 1-and-1. They're going to whistle that one on Gomez, his third personal. That is the 19th foul on the Wildcats. Lovington going to bring in some of the bench as Anson Marquez will come in. Hector Bonilla also checking in with 1:23 to go, and Saldana at the line for the 1-and-1. Also checking in for Lovington Oscar Galindo coming in, seeing his first action of the night. Run into the 1-and-1. That one is off the mark, and the rebound going to be made by Marquez. Marquez to Covington. He'll pull the trigger over on the left wing for three, and bang! Covington's second three ball of the night. Gives him 16 points on the evening. 72-48. We're down to a minute to play in this one. Lovington in command. Saldana working against Bonilla. Gets a little screen from Ricardo and then drives in, and they will call the charge on Saldana. His first personal 8-team foul, and that will be the 28th turnover for Santa Teresa. Still 49 seconds to go. Marquez, Bonilla, Covington, Ishmael Martinez checking in. Galindo on the floor too for the Cats. 49 seconds as they'll get it into Martinez. Then across to Sanchez, and he's going to get fouled as Galindo will bump him. That's Angel Galindo for Santa Teresa, his fourth personal. 19 foul on the Desert Warriors. So Lovington will send Sanchez to the line with a chance to get in the scorebook tonight.
Just 46 seconds left to play in this game. Lovington 72-48.
First for Sanchez, gets it up and gets it home. He'll get to the front end of the 1-and-1. So we'll get another opportunity at it. Second one for Adam is up, and it is good. He's in the books with 2 points. So now it's 74-48, 45 seconds to go, and up a travel called on Santa Teresa. The wheels just kind of falling off for the Desert Warriors, who kept this one close early, but have just kind of run out of steam against a deep Lovington team. Sanchez will inbound it to Bonilla. He works against Saldana. 40 seconds to go. Lovington 74-48. Just going to run out the string, and we've got a push foul away from the basketball. And it'll be on Lovington as they're going to call the push on Oscar Galindo. His first personal. That'll be the 10th team foul. Of course, since Lovington on offense, I was going to say, I thought that was like a charge. I didn't think they got shots, but I guess they do. So Angel Galindo, after being fouled by Oscar Galindo, will go to the line to shoot.
If we were on ice, Rudy Galindo might be coming along anytime, but
Might
we're not.
be.
Yeah.
So it'll be the 1-and-1. And the shot is up. That one won't fall. And after battling it around, it'll be Galindo, their Galindo, who comes up with the basketball. And then another whistle sounds.
They tried for a tie ball, but they're going to call the foul.
Yeah, they're going to call the foul instead, and that will put Santa Teresa in the double bonus as the push going to be called on Oscar, his second personal. And so now that'll put Spielman at the line for 2. He's 0 for 2. Both teams in the double bonus at this point, not that it really matters. And in and out for Spielman. 27 seconds to go. Lovington up 74-48. The Cats have stretched it out here late. Second shot on the way for Spielman, and that one is good. He's got 5 on the night. The inbound will be stolen away. And they'll get it to a breaking Galindo. His shot won't go. Gets his own rebound. He'll toss it out to Spielman, who works in the low post. His push is up. It's not going to fall, and that rebound brought down by Adam Sanchez, who then gets hammered, and he'll take the long walk down with 13 seconds remaining in the ball game to shoot for 2. And that one going to be whistled on Jack Baumgartner, his second personal. So we'll take the 85-foot walk down the floor. It'll be a while before we return with Lovington boys basketball. Matter of fact, in January, their next home game, January the 7th, we will have the Lovington girls next Friday, and the shot is up and no good for Adam Sanchez.
The next game for Lovington will be at Dexter on Tuesday the 13th, and then they're going to be in a tournament between Christmas and New Year's on the 27th. District for
Second
Lovington.
shot is up, and that one's good for Sanchez.
District for Lovington starts January 27th.
So with 11 seconds to go, Galindo to the front court, tosses it over to Saldana. 75-49 as the long arcing 3 ball up. Spielman with the rebound. Ball loose on the floor and at the buzzer, no good. And so the Lovington Wildcats get the home opening win over Santa Teresa tonight. Final score, Lovington 75, Santa Teresa 49. We'll be back with your Now Pharmacy postgame show right after this. Lovington basketball from HobbsAmerica.com and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and from One Radio Square Sports.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build Champion Cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
At Devon, they're proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of our communities. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership, skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
And welcome to your Now Pharmacy postgame show from our friends at Now Pharmacy, your local hometown pharmacy supporting Wildcat athletics and the city of Lovington for over 75 years. Lovington victorious tonight over Santa Teresa 75-49. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Let's take a look at the final numbers in this one for the visiting Warriors of Santa Teresa. They were led, and matter of fact, the leading scorer in the game total was Eric Saldana, 22 points on the night to lead all scores. Then you had 7 in the books for Josiah Garcia, 5 for Angel Gutierrez and Mark Spielman, respectively. Then you had 4 for Sergio Ricardo and Angel Galindo, and a bucket for Daryl Frost. Leading rebounders were Saldana and Ricardo, each with 5. 21 rebounds as a team for Santa Teresa. Collectively, they go 11 of 17 from the free throw line. They turned the ball over 29 times on the night, and they score 11 in the first, 23 in the second, just 4 in the third, and then 11 in the fourth. Turning the page for the Lovington Wildcats. 3 Cats in double digits tonight, led by Julian Arroyo with 18 points. Zadrick Betancourt, Hale Covington, each chipping in 16 on the night, so 3 double-digit scores. Then next on the list, you had Dallas Cardenas and Wyatt Gomez, each with 6 points. 5 points for Micah Pondo, 3 points for Adam Sanchez, 3 points for Diego Garcia, and you had a bucket in the books for DeMarcus Thompson. Leading rebounder tonight was Covington with 8 rebounds, collectively as a team, 31 rebounds for the Wildcats. They turned the ball over 22 times on the evening, go 10 of 13 from the free throw line, get 11 in the first, 25 in the second, 14 in the third, and 25 in the fourth to get to their 75 on the board, Dawn.
Yes, and looking at their shooting in the second half, Santa Teresa shot, they made 2 of 8 from the floor. In the third quarter, they made 4 of 9 from the floor. In the fourth quarter, that's 6 of 17 shooting, and that's almost 30% from the floor. And that was an improvement from the first half. In the second half, Lovington shot 7 of 14. They made 7 of 14 from the floor. And then in the fourth quarter, they made 10 of 21, so right at a 50% average for both quarters and for that second half. And, when you look at the score on the board, you can kind of see how that, the stat does reflect the movement of the ball and how Lovington was able to kind of break away and stretch their lead out in that second half. They held, we mentioned, they held Santa Teresa made only two baskets. They made 4 points, scored 4 points in that third quarter. That's it.
Yes.
And then Lovington was able to hold them making 4 of 9. Santa Teresa made several points at the free throw line in that fourth quarter. So that's where the other points, are counted for. But pretty good shooting for Lovington, and they played very consistently throughout the game.
The second half especially.
Especially second half. But they looked really comfortable as they stretched things out and started making their transitions were a little smoother. Of course, Santa Teresa wasn't challenging them quite as much either.
Of course, next Friday night we will be right back here at the friendly confines for the Lovington Lady Cats here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com. Our final tonight, Lovington 75, Santa Teresa 49. Lovington Wildcat basketball has been brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Devon Energy, and Now Pharmacy. This has been your Now Pharmacy post-game show. For Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Wildcat Gym. Lovington 75, Santa Teresa 49. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Walmart Digital, One Radio Square Sports. Good night and have a great weekend, everybody.